Hello, and welcome
Hi.
to TMSM Weekly Live. Are we crooked? The camera kind of looks crooked over there.
Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear us? Can anybody hear us? Please say yes.
Please say yes.
We've had so many mic issues the last couple weeks.
Yes, it's always an issue, isn't it?
Cool introduction. Thank you, Jody. Appreciate that.
That's like new and fancy.
That's our fancy little Marvel thing. People marvel about that. Can everybody hear us okay? Do we sound any better than usual? Is something about the same?
Should be better. He actually fixed the microphones, yes?
Well,
I
think I said.
Knock on something, right? Yeah, okay, so they're saying yes, they can hear and see. That's progress.
That is awesome.
We have a fun show as usual, and before we get started, if you would be so kind as to share this video with your friends, we really would appreciate it because Facebook does not share our videos like hardly ever.
She said a fun show, it's gonna get a wild and crazy show.
Is it?
I don't know. I was just saying.
I was gonna say, you know, something
I was trying to hype it up a little bit, you know,
to get more people to share. Right. Like, yes,
that's what
share.
You have to do sometimes. You get it hyped up and people go nuts.
So.
Watching it. Shane, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Shane.
I didn't know that.
I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay.
Okay. Alright.
He's watching us, though, so that makes everybody better. They say laughter's the best medicine, so the hospital should broadcast us live every week at 7 in all rooms.
Really?
It would make everybody feel better.
Feel better about themselves. Like these silly people have a show every week.
Why not? You know how many viewers we get? We could broadcast live to every hospital in the world.
Okay. Alright, I guess we shall get started right away then.
Boom. Hello, welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 59 for July 22nd, 2019. I'm Scott Atwood.
And I'm Michelle Atwood.
And we've got, like Michelle said, a fun show for you guys this week.
It's fun.
Fun. So the last week, when we last left you guys, we were talking about, we had some events later in the week. So we had the Villains Party last week. We had an Animal Kingdom Day last week. What else did we do? Was that really about it? Lots of rain.
Yeah, lots of rain. A lot of storm warnings around here.
We got to see Jody. Her and her family were here.
We did. Longtime Main Streeter Jody Stamp and her family were in town, and we actually got to go see them before and during the Villains After Hours event. But we're going to talk about that later.
A little later. But it was awesome to finally see her, and that's what we just feel so cool when we finally get to meet some of you. And hang out with you and actually do things together. It just solidifies what we already think about everybody, that they are the people that we think they are, and great and wonderful.
Yes.
And fun to be with.
Yes, absolutely. So, okay, so
Ava and Jack are sniffing around.
Yeah, so okay, if anybody happens to be new and you hear like snorting noises, we have 2 bulldogs in the room now instead of 1. So if you hear snorting, weird noises, that is either Jack or Ava. So.
Or the combination of the two.
Or a combination of the two. We actually keep them in here with us because, like, Ava still can't be trusted. Jack can be trusted. Ava still cannot because she's still, you know, we've had her a month already.
Have we really?
We have. So, but anyway, long story short, we just kind of got to keep her on a short leash, like, literally.
Time is flying by.
Okay, so, what do you have written down?
What did you I had something you said, let's not talk about it. You want to go Villains Party first?
Yeah, we can talk about Villains, unless you, yeah.
No, that's fine with me. So, last Thursday, Disney invited us out to the Villains After Hours event once again, which is a separate ticketed event at the Magic Kingdom. Starts at 10 and goes till 1 in the morning. But if you do have a ticket for the party, there is 3 left, I believe. You can get in as early as 7 with that ticket, so you can actually get 6 hours in the park for that ticket. So we went there, but first we were going to go see Jody and her family before, so we went over to the Contemporary and hung out with them for a little bit.
Yes. Where
they were staying. And then they were going to the party coincidentally the same night, so we all kind of went over there together. Mm-hmm. So if you want to go ahead and... which way you wanted to go, because I know you wanted to talk about...
We're going to have to go out of order then. So, okay. Anyway, so we went to the Contemporary, and Jody and her family were on concierge level at... the resort, and I don't know if you've ever been up there, but the view is gorgeous up there. You can see everything. You know, Magic Kingdom, you can see the construction going on over at Magic Kingdom. You can see the Tron coaster. You can see how they're expanding the train track, like where the trains go around. You can see the Floridian, the Poly, everything.
You could also, somewhere in the distance, and I know Jody's husband Scott mentioned it to me, and I meant to keep looking and I just forgot to, but he said he could see the construction over there by the Floridian where they're building the bridgeway. Or he saw the construction over in that way that they're starting to work on that bridge that's going to, and if you hadn't heard last week, we had put out something that there was possibly a bridge going there.
We didn't put it out.
Oh, we didn't put it out. Well, there's
Because
possibly
it was a rumor.
it is a rumor. It's not confirmed, but I do know that I do know that something is going on. I assume that's.
I mean, we think that that's what's happening, even though
that
Disney hasn't come right out and said, yes, that's what's happening. Which in a walkway between the Floridian and the park is needed. I think, and now I don't know about you, but I think some other way to get the heck out of there on a Saturday night is needed.
We can't get the boys to go to the Magic Kingdom on Saturday night most nights because of the way to get out of there at late. Because we like to stay late, first of all, because it's the best time to get pictures after the park starts.
Well, yeah.
But the boys are like, I don't want to wait on the boat. Monorail takes forever. So late in the evening, it's very hard to get out of the Magic Kingdom. So another way would be wonderful, I think. To get
well, yeah. I mean, it's just you're stuck, and as I'm talking as a local, you know. We have to park at the TTC, which is not fun. And then by the time you catch, you know, a tram to the front, and then sometimes the monorail's down and they make you go on the boat, or vice versa. There's no good way to get in and out of the Magic Kingdom. There's just not.
The best is when they let the buses run back and forth, because the buses fly. They go so much faster.
Yeah, we took a bus. They were actually letting people go on buses one of the last times we were over there, and we took a bus and we beat the boat, monorail, everything.
Yeah, it was great. It's fantastic. If you can get on the bus to go back to the TTC, that's the way
They don't
to do
always
it.
offer it,
They
though.
don't always offer it.
So somebody had said they were yelling, you know, they weren't yelling at people, but they were saying, you know, monorail or the boat, or if you want to take a bus, you can go around this corner. So we took the bus.
And that was actually going to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that was going
we did that one day
to.
last week. Yeah, we went and jumped on that. And it was a lot faster to take that than
Yeah.
wait for a monorail or wait for.
But
the
getting
boat.
out of there is worse than getting there. I think, and you know, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, because Magic Kingdom is my favorite park. I mean, hands down, my favorite park. I just wish there was an easier way to get out of there on a busy Saturday night, or really any night in the summertime, because you know, it's after Happily Ever After, it's like just a mad, like, just dash to get out of the park, and sometimes the waiting for the monorail is like an hour. Yeah. So we just don't even go, we wait.
Yeah, we always, even if we wanted to leave after Happily Ever After, we would never do it, because it's worth walking through the Emporium for an extra 20-30 minutes, and that will cut down that wait tremendously, amazingly. Just that little bit can cut it down so much. So.
Right, and speaking of low weights, let's talk about Villains After Hours.
My weight's getting low. Not that low.
So it's a separate ticket party, like he had said, and we have already done that. We did the party earlier in the summer. We actually did it on opening night,
right.
And Disney invited us back out again it was family media night. So
because we covered it so well the first time, they wanted us to.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
I can think about that.
That's probably why.
That's exactly why.
That's why. And just to recap, Villains After Hours is there's a stage show that is hosted by Hades. It is like a mini version of the Halloween parties. If you, I mean,
without trick or treating.
Without trick or treating.
Or the Boo to You parade.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not like a mini version. It reminds me of that because it's got that kind of a spooky tone to it.
Or no fireworks show that goes with it. Or okay, yeah, it's nothing like Halloween. But the highlight of the event to me is Maleficent Dragon.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll just go with that.
That's a parade.
You get to, like, we were getting ready to leave, and you could see, like, we were trying to get past, like, we're back in Frontierland, and like this like eerie music starts playing, and then like, so you know how the parade route starts in the back by Splash Mountain, like it's the same people that it's in Festival of Fantasy, like her people on the stilts.
Yeah, and then the Raven walking, the guy who
Yeah.
dressed like the Raven. There are two of those, and there's I think 3 stilt walkers who are supposed to be the thorns, I believe, or the vines that go around the
Yeah,
castle.
something like that.
And then there's the one at the back of the tail, so they all kind of come out.
Yeah, the tail, they swing it back and forth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
How
she...
did it? Swing it back and forth.
Swing it back and forth. What was I going to say? I lost it. Gosh, I lost it.
No, you said they come out from that back
Oh,
area.
yes. Okay, so it's the same kind of thing that they do for Festival of Fantasy, except it's just the dragon. And her eyes light up like bright green, which is cool. It seems like she spits more fire at night. Did you
thought
notice
so
that?
too, yeah, 'cause she does it almost right out of the gate. Almost as
Yeah,
soon as she's on
normally
the
you
route.
have to like wait for it, and you hear okay, but there's a reason I bet because in Festival of Fantasy it's cued to the music, and the music kind of starts to go up as she's gonna.
Her head rises as the music.
Yes, but for Villains After Hours, it seems like she shoots fire like every minute or so.
I think it's just as long as there's no trees out there that she get damaged. I think she pretty much goes where she's at. But the best part of that though, so we watched it right by Splash where she comes out, but then you're able to jump right behind her and follow her, which is really cool. And you can follow her all the way up to the bridge. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about the bridge that takes you over to the hub where the castle is. They don't let you cross the bridge with her. So that's when you have to kind of veer off and you can come up through the Adventureland. Send you down, come up through Adventureland, and then she does a circle through. She does the entire hub around, and then she goes back over the bridge and back through Frontierland, or back through Liberty Square, and then through Frontierland back to where she came from.
Well, yeah, because they're gonna start the stage show. It's like she comes out and then they start the show.
Right. And that does twice a party.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, because it was like
Twice.
10:40 and 11:45 or something like that.
Yeah, and I put it on our YouTube channel because we did follow her as far as we could, and I think I was doing a live feed. You were like recording, and I was doing it live. Yeah. And you can follow. It's just you can follow her.
And it was cool because I was recording, so we're following her recording. Well, then when she gets to do the turn to go towards the bridge, I kind of cut across where the Liberty Bell is and the tree is, and I came over there to get pictures of her coming at me again. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I just stayed behind. I didn't realize you walked away.
I took off like a fool.
So anyway, and then let's see what else about Villains After Hours. They have you can get part of your admission is the ice cream, the popcorn, the soda or
water,
pop as we call it.
Water bottles.
Oh, you can get water.
Would you really, if in those 3 hours, because you can't get that I think from 7 to 10. I think that's only from 10 to 1.
10 to 1, you can when you get your free snacks.
I think Aiden got our fill of the ice cream bars because he was waiting for 10:01. He wanted an ice cream bar in his hand.
Yeah, we were standing by the Haunted Mansion, and the party starts at 10, and you have a wristband just like you do like for Halloween or Christmas. And then the cast members start watching to see if if you have a band, you can't go past a certain spot, or you have to get out of line because there was a long line for the mansion, and then like at 10 o'clock, the line was gone because if you didn't have a wristband, you gotta go. And I think because it's a 3-hour party too, that they want to get things going for guests pretty quickly. Like let's get your regular park goers out because people spent a lot of money to stay in after.
That's true.
And it seemed like it was a little bit busier this time.
Not packed. I mean,
not
by any packed by any means.
Packed
I didn't think it was. John thought it was busy, but most of
the reason he said it was busy is because it was still a 40-minute wait for the mine train, all evening, and usually it's not like that. So I'm starting. You know what it could be though. I had a reason. Ding, an idea of why it could be. So like when we go to the Halloween party, you have like a 5-6 hour window of the party. This is 3 hours. So maybe because everybody goes to the mine train because that's the ride that you can't get a fast pass for half the time. Or if you you got 3 hours and you want a shorter
Well, that's one of the key rides to get. But they add to Space Mountain. They changed the soundtrack. Now it's completely pitch black in there at nighttime. There is like no light on there anywhere. Even when you're going past like the astronauts hanging above you, that was.
You can. I don't like that, by the way. It makes me not feel well.
Makes me not feel good. So they do that special for space. So that's to grab some people to go space. And then Pirates, they add live actors. I think there's only 2 or 3 though in the ride.
Yeah, they have it in the queue and then they have it inside.
And on one of the bridges, there's a pirate up there. I think it was Barbosa actually when we saw it up there yelling at people as they go by. So the little things like that. But you're right. I think with 3 hours, 40 minutes for Mine Train during the regular day that's a quick wait.
Yeah, it is.
You would take that in a heartbeat. So I could see why everybody who is there, let's go ride the Mine Train, get that out of the way, so then we have 2 hours or so left of the party to do what we want to.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me. Or actually, what I would do is hop in line like 9:45, and that way.
And then when half of the line has to leave.
Yeah, then you're good. You're good to get in there faster. But like Michelle said, though, you do only have 3 hours. Where we've done the after-hours parties before, and you have more than that. I think we had 10 to 1, or no, it was 9 to 1 or something like that. One of them we went to. We had a lot more time to do a lot more things.
It seems like you have to squeeze a lot into 3 hours.
Because if you want to see the dragon, that's 15-20 minutes.
And the stage show.
The stage show's another
like 20 minutes long.
The party actually. Happily Ever After was actually at 9:15, so you were able to get through that,
Yeah.
which is smart because Happily Ever After goes off 9:15. That's over like 9:35 or whatever. People are leaving then because they figure we're 25 minutes left. They don't really have time to do anything, so people are already getting out. So that's smart on Disney because they figure most people leave after that. So let's just get them out before the party starts.
True.
So that helps out a little bit, I think.
But while we're talking about the villains party, I thought we could kind of segue that into last week. Disney announced that Tony's Town Square Restaurant is going to have the separate ticket event in what?
It's mowing. The dogs aren't snoring yet.
No, I have a dog right here. I have a dog here and a dog
Our
here.
person behind us is cutting the grass, so
Sorry.
sorry about that. That means the mics are really working good, though.
That's great that you can actually hear. That's good because I didn't even notice it. So on the radio station last Wednesday, I'd like to tease Joe, who hosts the morning show, about double down, I call it, on your separate ticket events. Now, what I mean by that is, like, you at Christmas or Halloween, you're already spending, however many dollars to go to said party.
A specially ticketed event, which is the Halloween party and the Christmas party, are Halloween special ticketed events.
Right.
In addition, yes.
So you get all that stuff for the party. But now at Tony's at Christmas, they started this last year, Christmas and Halloween. You get an extra, for an extra $100 a person, you get appetizers, desserts, drinks.
Alcoholic drinks, I believe, too.
Yeah, you can have beer or wine, which is good. I would get my fill of that if I'm spending $100. And desserts, like drinks and desserts.
So what the premise here is, and this is what we get Joe going every time, it's already a specially ticketed event, but then you need another special ticket to do that event during the special ticketed event.
Yeah, like I told Joe on the radio, you're doubling down on your ticketed events. Okay, so you're gonna. Oh, sorry, I got it.
Oh no, I didn't realize it was Jeffrey.
All right, I've got Jack here, Ava here.
We need arrows pointing out.
I know, like you hear a noise, like a little arrow, like that's Jack, Ava. Anyway, so you're already. Here's the thing.
Tell us what the thing is.
I see both sides of the idea. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to try to take a big thought and condense it because, we're trying to shorten the shows a little bit. I'm going to try.
We don't want the show to go past 8.
So maybe I've already lost my train of thought a little bit, but I'm going to try to get it back. Okay, so if you are going to go, let's do Halloween first. Let's do Halloween. So you're spending, almost $100 to go to the party. But it's a 6-hour window or whatever. You get, like you had said, parade, you get fireworks, trick-or-treating,
villain characters to meet,
character meets, all that good stuff, which it feels, for some reason, these parties go by really fast.
And they wear you out.
And you're exhausted, like the next day, sometimes 2 days, you're still flipping tired. It happens at Christmas time. I don't know why.
I don't know why. We every time we go to the party, we are done the next day. Do not call us to go anywhere, meet anywhere, or run an event because we are just exhausted.
We're done. Like, we're done the next day.
I don't know why that is.
I didn't feel that way at Villains After Hours because it's only a couple hours.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's a whole lot to do, and we try to make the most of it. Like, we don't always stand in line for characters because we don't want to take up an hour's time. Because we want to, especially you, he's all about being the candy grubber.
I'm getting our money back. I got to make it even. Well, that, and plus if there's rides we want to do, I don't want to waste time.
Oh, it's about the candy, just be honest.
It is about the candy, but we're not big character meet and greet people either.
Yeah.
Well, occasionally there's a certain character we might want to see. Like, we always see Jack Skellington.
Well, yeah, Jack and Sally are totally worth it to go see.
The best thing to do with Jack and Sally, though, the Halloween one, is your ticket for Halloween actually gets you in the park usually at 4 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So if you can get to the park at 4, you can actually get in line for them because they're going to come out a little bit early before 7, but you can go get in line. So if you don't care about going to ride rides, you don't care about anything else, go start camping out or just stay in that area, and if the line starts to build up, then you can hop in it that way. As soon as they come out, you knock them out just after 7, and then you have the rest of the party do whatever you want. Because them and the 7 Dwarfs are the big draws.
Yes.
Those are the big ones every year for the party, so you want to grab both of those.
Alright, so anyway, so the moral of the story there is, fitting in as much as you can for that almost $100 you're spending. So, let's talk about the double down separate ticket event on your separate ticket event. So if you're going to go spend another $100 to go to Tony's and have beer, wine, desserts, things, extras.
Hors d'oeuvres. It's not a full meal, though.
It's not dinner.
Snacks.
I actually got to go to the one at Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, see, but it's hard. I don't know if I'm a fair judgment of the situation because I'm a picky eater. There's a lot of things that I won't eat. So, I mean, if it's not basic food, then I'm not. I'll just like find like pieces of cheese and go to the desserts and find me a glass of wine.
And my thing is, if you're going to, because a lot of these parties are family-oriented parties where you're going, most people are going with their kids. There's a group of people going. To spend another $100 per person to go to Tony's to have snacks, to me, there is no way on earth I would do it. Just because I'm already paying so much to go to the said party. And what's weird is the Halloween party is actually cheaper than Christmas, but I prefer the Halloween party over the Christmas party. I think it's a lot better. But regardless, because Corella is at Tony's. It's Corella's party for the Halloween party, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so you're there with Corella, so it's more of a villainous type party.
That would be, I mean, you get a special character meet.
If you're going to do pictures and stuff, you know what I wish they'd bring back, though, for the parties? And forget this thing? I wish they would do like they did at the Diamond Horseshoe where they had the dancing country bears.
That was fun.
That was a blast. And I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but they take the Diamond Horseshoe and they move all the tables and everything, and they turned it into a dance party indoors. And we were fortunate enough when we were there at the time, it was the Country Bears came in there.
Yeah, it was a Country Bears dance party, and it was like the first time we had gone to any type of party, and the kids absolutely loved it. It was our first year here, and it was honestly one of the best memories that we had.
We did not want to leave the party.
And what's funny is that at the time, Andrew was he 14, 13, 14?
So.
No, how old is he now?
He's 18 now.
All right, so he was 13. And I wasn't sure, he was like, dance party, and then he went in there, he had the best time, and the character interaction was wonderful. So, I mean, that was a good thing. But let's go back to this separate ticket food.
I was just thinking about something later. Ava, later.
If you're, here's how you could ration it out. Here's my thought that I was going to tell you about. Okay, so, food in general at the parks is expensive. Walk-up food is, even to get it, like sometimes I get a kid's meal, it's still like $7 for a kid's meal, and then you know, like you get like a $12 like burger and fries, and then you throw on like a $3.50 for a drink, so you're spending a lot per person anyway to eat. Now, if you can hold and maybe not eat so much at the party earlier, spend that. If you're going to eat a whole lot of money at Tony's, then maybe.
I don't know, because I mean it's $100. I mean, you can go to a restaurant for $20 a person.
Yeah, because it's $100 a
person. So a family of four is spending $400 to go in there, where you could go to Casey's for $15 a person. For $60, everybody eats something, and you're done.
I guess my point really is a crappy point. Sorry.
Well, not crappy. It's just really. I mean, if you want if money is no object, and how many of us wish money was no object? It would be very cool to go in there and hang out with Corella, because I'm guessing it's not a ton of people in there. I don't think they did sell out the Halloween party one. Corella's party did sell out.
So, okay, so it's like,
there are people that want to
maybe
see
we're
it.
just cheap, because these parties, this
Cheap
separate
or poor.
ticket.
I'm not sure which one it is.
Both. You know, like, I guess, like, if the whole experience, like, a party inside of a party is, like, something that you want to do, then maybe you save for it. I wonder, though, because we're locals, if it feels different for us, because I know, because I'm going to segue that into something else in a second, too, about spending extra money on your vacations. Like, for us, it's not a vacation, it's 15 minutes up the road. And we have to decide, because we live here, you know, like, can we afford to do that this week, you know?
Yeah, because if you're coming here on vacation, you're coming here with the mind thought of, I want to have the best vacation I can. I'm not going to be back here for at least a year or 2 years. And at that point, yes, it's hard to say it, but a lot of people may say, well, it's $400. And especially if you're putting on a credit card or what have you, a lot of people may say, you know what, we're not going to be back here for 2 years, let's just do it. And, you know, and we'll figure it out when we get back home how to make the...
Right, because if you can justify it more so for a vacation, plus you have time to save up. Like, for us, you know, like, you know, we got to look at it like, well, do we have, you know, grocery money? Do we have gas money? Do we have this? Do we have that? Do the kids need anything for school?
The secret to everybody, Michelle and I have no credit cards. We do not use credit cards for anything. We don't even have any. So it's like, for us, this really does come out of our bank account whenever we do stuff like this. So for us, it really is the thought process of, okay, if I spent $400 on this, Do we have it extra? And B, will it be okay if we if we use it or if we need it for an emergency, like if our car broke down in the middle of Kentucky?
Why you gotta bring up bad
Sorry,
things?
it's always there.
Okay, so so I guess it would just be on how you look at it. Let's say that.
But obviously, there's a demand for it. Disney did it at the Christmas party last year, and it must have done that well that they said, you know what, let's do it to Halloween. Halloween did sell out.
It did.
For that.
I don't know if Christmas is sold out yet or not, because
know.
they just went on sale last week, and I did not go look because I'm not going to go to it. Actually, I did get to go to it.
The media event.
Under media, so like I get to go and check it out, you know, because it's a part of a media invite for the parties, which I really, really appreciate. But it's just like, you know, it's different when you have to pay out of pocket. But I mean, I think that, I mean, the food is good. The fact that you can walk up and they have like the bar service, and it's fancier food than what you'd get like if you go to Pecos Bills.
You know what? I could see a larger family going where like grandparents might be there and they don't want to run around the park with kids who are trick or treating and stuff. And they may just say, you know what, I just want to see the parade, I want to see the fireworks, so I'm going to go hang out here.
Because you could go from, if the separate ticket is from 9:30 to 12:30. So you can sit there for 3 hours if you want to.
Or parents just, I don't really care about trick-or-treating, I don't care about riding the rides, I'm going to let the kids go do that. I'm not going to pay for them to go to the party.
No, but I'm going to go sit in Tony's and have snacks,
have some drinks, let the kids have the park, do what they want. And you get special viewing area for the parade, you get special viewing area for the fireworks, if you purchase that, correct?
A parade for sure, not fireworks, I don't think.
So parade for sure, but you get to see it from a special angle, so you don't have to fight for a spot. And the Halloween party is definitely one of those ones where you want a good spot because you want to see the horsemen. You
do. Like it's a huge bummer if you go to the Halloween party and you miss the horseman.
Oh my gosh.
Or he doesn't ride because of the rain. Right. We've had that happen.
Sidebar story: the first Halloween party we went to, we thought that. We were told the parade, we had never been before, and we were told the parade starts at like, say 9:45, so we're like, okay, we're going to get to the front, 9:45, we're going to be there. So we get there, we had a great spot, it was like 20 till, and I'm listening, and people said, yeah, it was cool seeing the horseman run by. I'm like, what do you mean? I didn't realize he comes out 15 minutes before the parade, so we missed it.
Yeah, we missed the horseman.
I was so bummed. I'm walking out with at least 4.
It's 5 years, and he still hasn't let it go.
I don't let anything go.
He doesn't. He's
I don't like Elsa, so I'm not listening to him.
Alright, anyway, so, I thought this would be a good segue into my next topic of what I wanted to talk about. So, like you had said, we had gone to see Jody and her family at the Contemporary. And we had a discussion about how Jody will save all year long so that because when they did concierge level at the Contemporary the one time, she's like, how do you go back to staying someplace smaller or not having it? Like, you get spoiled. Like, it's such a good thing, like, you know, like, how can I not wake up and see, you know, the castle, or, you know, she said she can do her hair and makeup or whatever and look out the window and see what's going on in Magic Kingdom.
Right, and for those of you that don't know, concierge level, they have, at the Contemporary, there's a area set out with food and drinks throughout the whole day. I don't know what time it goes till. But we were there at dinner time, and they actually had dinner laid out to where you could go there.
Yeah, they had enough snacks you could go in and fill up. They had alcohol, they had pop, they had water, they had
And then they had drinks as they were leaving. Food was put away, and then they had like nightcap drinks and cookies and such like that.
Yeah, so basically at the concierge level, they got food going all day long, on and off. So you get a great view, and you get fed. No, you know. And I would say like annual pass holder rate would probably be better if you can get it during those times.
Definitely.
But here's my question to you: deluxe resorts, or even some moderates, worth it, or do you not spend enough time in the room? Now, we had this discussion because we're going to D23 in a few weeks. We're going back to Anaheim. Now, when we go to Anaheim, we are go, go, go. We basically go to the room to, shower and sleep, and, like, that's it.
And originally, we were going to stay at Paradise Pier this time because we've never stayed at a Disney resort out there. We've always stayed at the Good Neighbor ones. And when we really looked at the cost of staying at Paradise Pier for the amount of time we actually spend in the room or on the property, we just couldn't justify the expense, so that's why we downgraded to just one of the Good Neighbor hotels, which are not bad in any means. They're just not.
Yeah, Disneyland only has 3 hotels on their property. Everything else is what they call Good Neighbor. Now, Good Neighbor hotels are kind of like Disney Springs resorts here. It's where you can get your tickets. They do sell Disney merchandise. You have shuttle service. It's all the same thing.
They're official partner hotels. flat out, that's what they are. They're
partners.
partners with Disney. They have to meet certain standards to be that way, and they're just as good. There's nothing wrong with them at all. But you have the names of Marriott and Hilton and all those that come behind that, so you have that level of service. But then Disney takes it up a notch and makes them abide by their service level.
So see, I could see staying at a deluxe resort at Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Because there's more options, I guess.
Right.
Disneyland, not so much.
They're all the price of the Floridian. Or the
and Disneyland resorts are expensive. I mean, not that they're not down the road here.
Right. But we had looked at when we looked at Paradise Pier. We're going to be in California for 8 nights total. To stay there at Paradise Pier plus our park tickets was just over $6,000 for 8 days, which. The park tickets we need, but that wasn't the major side of the expense. I mean,
it was 6,000. It was like
it was only like 1,500. That was our park tickets, so it was very expensive to stay. And granted, the ticket prices are higher because it is Expo Week. So hotels raise their prices.
And we're not annual pass holders out there,
which I wish we were, but we're not. But we want to try to go to California more, so we're trying to check out different good neighbor hotels and see which ones we like the best. But there's some of them that are literally right across the street that you just cross the street and you're on property in a minute and a half. So actually some of them I think are closer to getting into the parks than actually the Disney hotels.
Yeah. So I mean I can totally see doing it at Disney World. I don't know. Maybe if we were more seasoned Disneyland goers, because it's still kind of a novelty for us because we have only been out there a few times. So maybe if we went to Disneyland more, we wouldn't stay at the resort more.
Possibly.
Because here, if we were to stay at a deluxe resort, I would probably want to use the pool. I would probably.
Well, yeah, because we go to the parks all the time.
Yeah, I would want to use the pool. I'd want to enjoy the resort. I'd want to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, and then when we go to Disneyland right now, because we don't go that often, we are rope drop till park closed.
Yeah, we're on the go, so it's different.
And those days we wear ourselves out because it seems weird, but the cement out there is different, and your feet really do hurt a lot worse out in California than they do here. But we're this year we're doing 4 park days. So we're doing 4 park days, and then me and her are going to be running around the Anaheim Convention Center for 3 more days. And if you've ever run around a convention floor, it is not forgiving.
It's killer on your back because you're walking on cement and you feel horrible within a couple of hours.
So, and we're not sleeping at night because we're not in our bed.
And the Anaheim Convention Center, we've covered conventions, we've worked conventions. The Anaheim Convention Center is so big.
It is. It's huge. It is.
It is so big. It's D23. It's overwhelming how much stuff they have in there. So it does. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of
And we spend a lot of time walking all around because we're trying to get coverage. And all day long at D23, there's new stuff happening all the time. There's vendors we're going to talk to. There's interview possibilities. We're waiting at the Marvel booth to see who's coming there. We're waiting at the Star Wars booth. We're going to see what's going on at the Pixar area. I mean, we're constantly running. Lots of people we know are there, so we're like, okay, we need to meet up to see so-and-so, so we're trying to schedule that. So we are constantly running that floor all day. There's no way you can say, okay, I'm just going to do this part this morning, this part later. You're run.
Yeah. But see, but
it's awesome.
But back to Disney World, I mean, when we were up on concierge level with Jody, and I was like, we got to do this sometime. Because it's everybody has their bucket list of Disney things that they want to do, and staying at the Contemporary or Bay Lake Tower where you can see in Magic Kingdom, being that as I said before, it's my favorite park. I would love to stay that close to the Magic Kingdom. I would love to be able to just walk over there and not deal with the horrible TTC. I would, it would be fun for me, so when people say, oh, you live close, you go all the time, it loses it. It really doesn't. I love being able to stay at Disney. And Monterey resorts are great too, but I think for me, just personally speaking, if we could get a really good annual pass holder rate and stay on the monorail loop, I would love that.
The problem is now, though, there's never a slow time here. So there's never that period where it's slow enough where Disney needs to lower the pricing to get people in there. So that's what makes it rough. So you just got to kind of watch and check. And fortunately, because we do work for ourselves, we're able to go a Tuesday through Friday, where most people have to wait for the weekend because of their jobs or whatever. So we do have a lot of luck in that regard that we can go when we want to. and I felt the elbowing.
No, there was almost a bulldog rumble on the floor here. Hi, Ava.
So that's that in a nutshell about the resorts.
Yeah, so worth it or not? I guess I want to say that it's...
And a lot of you have commented on it.
Yeah, I would say, it depends on what's more important.
So what's your ultimate bucket item that is conceivably you can do it? What would be the ultimate one that you could do?
Bucket item?
Well,
what's a bucket item?
The ultimate Disney bucket wish thing you could do that you actually can do. I mean, I know you want to sleep in the castle, but that's a little hard. You just can't go book the castle and say I'm going to sleep
Okay,
there,
so something that's attainable.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. What is the thing that you want?
I would say staying at someplace on the monorail loop. I mean, we've stayed at the Floridian, which was nice. But I would like to stay on the other side. I'd like to stay at the Contemporary Bay Lake Tower.
And we were only there one night.
Yeah.
So.
And I wish we could afford to do that. I mean, maybe for a birthday or something. But I would love to do that.
She says that because her birthday is the next in line. Not till February, but still it's her birthday.
I've got a long time. I got a long time. Start saving. So. But I actually, you know what? For me, I'm easy peasy. We've been here 5 years, and I can count on one hand how many times we've actually stayed at Disney. So being able to stay anywhere at Disney would make me happy. So that's all. But yeah, the Contemporary would be pretty awesome.
So everybody else is giving theirs.
So
it's very cool.
So anyway, what else did we do? So Friday,
yeah. So Thursday night, the party went to 1. This is why we left early and followed the Maleficent Dragon out, because we had to be at Animal Kingdom the next morning at 7:15. The party goes to 1. We drive 20 minutes home, and we had to be back at 7:15. So, needless to say, we both wanted to get home and get some rest.
By the time we got home, we
ended
let
up
the dogs out, and all the stuff we had to do, we probably got about 3-4 hours of sleep that night.
So we had to go to Animal Kingdom, the hottest park on the face of the planet, for the next day.
Because it's really not hot at Animal Kingdom in the summertime now, is it? Is that a local thing, or does everybody know that?
That's what I'm curious about, because we avoid Animal Kingdom during the summer at all costs, because
and a lot of locals do, not all, but a lot, because it is it's pegged as the hottest park in the summer because of all the greenery.
All the greenery just
holds all the moisture.
It does. So we avoid it, but they, as everybody knows, The Lion King came out last week and did very well at the box office.
Mixed reviews.
Chuck wrote a review, which we put out. Was it Saturday we put that? Saturday. So Chuck's review. So Chuck has started writing for us, and that's his first blog is on the site. So if you do a search on Lion King review, you'll see from Chuck on Saturday. He loved the movie.
It might have been
Sunday. It was either Saturday or Sunday.
I don't remember.
He loved the movie. He thought it was great, so you can go out and read his review. We haven't had time to go see it yet, so I really can't say if we liked it or not at this point.
No, but we did go to, they had an all-day event, actually till mid-afternoon on Friday at Animal Kingdom. They had a media event where they were, because it was kicking off the movie, they were also doing something to where if you rode Kilimanjaro Safari, they were making donating to the Protect the Pride Fund. Yeah,
which I didn't realize this, and they let us know that when the original Lion King film came out 25 years ago, since then the lion population has been cut in half.
Yeah, sad.
Which is very sad to think that in 25 years they've lost half the population, so lions are getting close to being on the endangered species list, and Disney is making a conscious effort to try to turn that around in the next 25 years.
Yes.
So what they did was they've agreed that for every person that rode the safari from last Friday, I believe, till this coming Friday, they're donating $2 for each person that rides it. So if you're going to Animal Kingdom, make sure you ride the safari. It doesn't cost you anything. You get to enjoy the ride and see the animals. And everybody likes the safari anyway.
Yeah, so we did a live feed. You probably scroll down, you could see it. We did a live feed of the safari, and it was very, very timely because all 3 lions were actually out when and close. So we got to see the male and the 2 female lions. It was really cool because usually they're like hiding, like you don't see them, or you'll see like a paw hanging off a rock or something. We actually got to see all of them. So there's footage on our it'll be on our video section on the Facebook page.
Yeah. And then after the safari, they took us out to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where they actually, and I didn't know they had added this, we just found this out.
It's new.
It is new. There's a drawing academy out there, similar to the one that used to be at Hollywood Studios now, so they take you back there, and we actually drew Simba. And they actually show you how the Disney artists drew from real life inspirations. And if you've ever seen the pictures when Walt did Bambi, he brought a deer into the area where all the animators sat around, and they were all just drawing the deer to get the actual movements of the deer. And that's what he told us is that's how they did it with Lion King. They've done that with every film. So the artist who was teaching us to draw there said that he was actually 6 feet away from the lions.
The lions
That are kept in the safari. And he said he took a couple steps back. He said he was a little intimidated by them standing there. But it was just cool that they actually still use the real life animals and get that close so they can catch the movements and the way they move, and it's awesome. And I'm an art fan. I love to draw. So for
His
me,
was good. Mine was a little alien looking.
Well, what's cool is they give you a piece of paper and they've already drawn the circles. They've already drawn your straight lines, so they really help you out if you're not sure of your drawing skills. So you go in there, they give you a clipboard, they give you the piece of paper that's already started, and then they just walk you through step by step. And there's big monitors all over where you can watch it. And I think from what I saw, there was like 8 different characters they could draw. So even if you go once, go back out there again, you might get to draw a different character.
It might be a different character.
Yeah.
That just, of course, because it was the day of the Lion King open, and the fact that it was all about the lion conservation. Right. Of course, our media group drew Simba, but something that I found really interesting, and I saw it in a couple different spots because they showed it before the animation because they were talking about like where you can. For the animation thing, they showed like a little video, and then we had a presentation at lunch about the lions as well, like Protect the Pride. So this is really, really cool because they actually, in all the years Animal Kingdom's been open, and how many times that we've been to the parks, I mean, I can't even count. I've never seen anything about the actual lions that are in the safari. I mean, they're there, but you don't know about them. So I wish I would have wrote it down. I have it. I saved the information, but it's the male lion and then the 2 female lions. They have names. They have personalities. They showed like this video. The 2 female lions are sisters. Right. So they said that it's just like a family, like a little brother and sister type. Animals.
And one of the sisters is more aggressive than the other.
And the male is the least aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he's the most passive and playful. He just kind of sleeps a lot.
Yeah, we got to talk to the veterinarian who, her job every day is to work with the lions. That's what she specifically does. Mm-hmm. And it was really cool to sit and talk to her and listen to what she had to say, and just you could just tell she really loves what she does.
Yeah, and we got to see. They had this virtual headset that you put on, made me a little loopy for a second.
And this is coming to the park if it hasn't already. This is coming.
You put on like this headset, and you are actually up on the rock with the lions. Like somebody put a camera up there, like in the safari up on the rock with the lions. And when you look to the side, and you could see there was one of the female lions was there, and you look down, and there was like a little ball or something on the ground, like a toy, like a cat toy, that she was hitting. And then you look over this way, and then you see like the male lion over here. It's like you're sitting on the rock with these animals.
And they get right up in the camera, so at one point the lioness, she gets like right in your face.
She crawls right up like a cat. Ava does that.
Yeah, so the camera is really cool because what they've done is I don't know how many days they filmed over, but they took all the interaction that happened right in front of the camera. So there's one point where the lions are play fighting, so that's right in front of your face. But it was only like I think 3 minutes long.
Which was enough because if you have any issues with motion like I do, they even said if you feel a little loopy, like pick it up for a second. But
it was so cool because you could actually turn all the way around.
Yeah,
and it was a complete
they're like look
360
up,
camera.
look around. Yes. It was really neat.
So very cool. So we're not sure where that's going to be. We're guessing it's going to be out in Rafiki's Plant Watch somewhere. I'm thinking possibly in the booth where they used to do the sound effects of the rainforest.
Is that going now? Because I don't remember seeing it.
That's why I'm wondering if they're putting that in there. But if you get to Animal Kingdom, get out to Rafiki's, do the character drawing, but also try to do the virtual headset. Like I said, it's only 2 or 3 minutes, but it's really kind of cool to see. And like Michelle said, you can take the mask down off your face. You got a strap around your neck, and you hold it up to your face. It's not hooked to you in any way.
No, it's not like it's stuck. You hold it yourself, but you're not stuck with something on your face that's going to make you not feel well.
Right, but it was very impressive. And if you're interested in the lions at all, go check it out. You won't be sorry you did that.
Yeah, and I think that actually getting to see what you know, like these animals are all about, and how you know, the way they take care of them, and the fact that the lions themselves are endangered, and that Disney's taking an active approach with them. It just it was really interesting to see all those things, and I think it's great that that Disney is helping.
And speaking of the donation, $2 for the safari, also the bear that we have right here, or lion, I guess you say.
Yeah, this is Simba, I believe.
Simba, there's this, and what's the other one? Is the other one Nala?
Simba and Nala. These, you can buy these animals. They gave us this one. And part of, Simba.
$5 of each price of this bear, which I want to say was 24. Or I'm sorry, I keep saying a bear. It's a lion.
It's a lion.
But $5 of that goes to the conservation efforts as well. So you not only get a great souvenir. That's a limited souvenir, I believe.
Yeah.
But part of the proceeds are going to go back to helping the lions, which is fantastic. And I didn't think the price was that high, and I'm guessing you get to use your pass member.
I mean, it's just like anything else that you buy in the parks. You get your discount, and it says the Lion King on his foot. And like, again, $5 of each purchase goes towards the conservation fund,
Definitely
which is always a good thing.
It is, and like I said, it's a great collectible. Any child would be happy. Any adult would like that.
Child? What do you mean? I was like,
I know. We were fighting over. I'm like, it's mine. She's like, no, it's mine. You can't.
I'm like, no, this is really cute. Thank you, Disney. But while we were in the, we were listening to the presentation, we had, it's on my Michelle Atwood page. They had these s'mores. They looked like brass lion faces, but they were s'mores. I didn't eat mine, but you ate yours.
I ate one inside, so it had the chocolate on the outside that was painted with the gold, and then it was marshmallow and graham cracker on the inside. It was really good, actually. We actually had lunch at Tiffin's.
Yeah.
They had us in the back room at Tiffin's, and the food was phenomenal, actually.
It was really good.
I was nervous because, like Michelle said, we're kind of picky eaters.
Kind of.
So we've never eaten at Tiffin's just because it's a lot of money to eat there, and if we're not liking the food or it's not what we like, we never went there. But after what we had, I think I would go back. I mean, it was good. Really good. It was really good. So if you haven't tried it and you're a little adventurous, give it a shot. You might like it. But they had a lot of the snacks that are around the park. So they had a cupcake.
Yeah, there's a new cupcake, of course, because with every new thing at Disney, movie, attraction, whatever, you know, there's a cupcake that goes with it. The cupcakes were at Pizzafari, I believe.
Yes. Then there was a caramel, they called it a candy bar, but it was probably the best piece of caramel I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was so good. It was 3 bites, but it was really a thick and very tasty caramel. What else did they have? They had a little, I don't know, there was just
they had like s'more macaroons. They were really big on the s'mores for some reason.
They were. Chocolate and marshmallow and graham cracker must go good with lions.
Anyway,
the Lions love it.
The Lions love s'mores. And then they had like a special ice cream like in the dino area that's new.
Oh, that's right.
I'm trying to think what else they had. Little things throughout the park.
I know we put it all out, so if you go check out.
Yeah, we have it. Yeah. If you look at the blogs, I just can't remember what it all was.
But before that, we walked around with some of the other people. So we were with Panda and other people walking around the park and checking things out. But something else they did was a scavenger hunt they were doing, of course, because Disney loves scavenger hunts.
Yes, they do.
But this time we're getting one at Animal Kingdom. Usually they're at Epcot. So this is another one that as you go around the park, you have to spot certain animals. And when you spot them, you put your sticker in there. And at the end of the thing, you take that and turn it in.
You get a prize,
For the store, and you get a prize. And I can't remember what the prize was.
I don't either,
Somebody
but
said what it was,
there's like, here's stickers on the back.
Yes.
So it's like, it's got all the Lion King, the animated characters on it, if you can see it because it's bright in here.
So you just have to go around the park, find where they are, put the stickers corresponding with the number, and then you turn it in. Was it an ornament? I can't remember 100% what it was.
We're horrible reporters, aren't we? Because we didn't, but the reason, like, they gave us this to do. We could have stayed for the
3 o'clock
scavenger hunt, and all, but we were working on about 3 hours of sleep, so we did not do it. I mean, full disclosure, we did not do the scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
But you can do
It's
the
a magnet.
hunt.
That's right. Thank you, Michelle. That's right. It was a magnet.
Okay.
Lion King magnet.
Wooden
One of
magnets.
the wooden magnets. Yep. Okay.
See, they know better. I'm glad you read our
Michelle
stuff.
there for us.
I'm glad you read our stuff like we don't even know what's going on. And then as you were leaving the park, they were giving out these Lion King activity packet. Now, I don't know if this was just on opening day
Not sure if it's this week, maybe.
Of the Lion King because of the movie. But they were giving these out, so these obviously will be a limited edition.
Did you bring up the button too?
I think
There was
so
as you know, at Animal Kingdom, almost every cash register there, they ask you if you want to donate to the animal conservation. Well, now it's a lion conservation pin that they're giving out, so that we got that as well, which is a really cool design. I like it a lot. But it's just the lions. It's sad to hear them say that they're getting in they're dying off and they're not replenishing themselves. And Disney, I'm glad, it's taking the effort to make sure that.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed that you guys all knew about the magnets. See, that's pretty good.
Melissa needs that book. They're $47.50 on our site. I'm joking.
And for a small fee. No, but it's kind of a cool thing. And then as far as the movie goes, it's so funny because I have never seen. Now, I thought Aladdin was going to cause a lot of fuss as far as people not liking the movie versus people that do. A lot of people actually, I read a lot of positive reviews about Aladdin. There wasn't a lot of mixing as far as what people thought.
But yeah, I think Aladdin, the problem was that people just did not want Robert Williams replaced.
No, but when they saw the movie itself, I think people did not fuss about it as much as I thought. However,
the Lion King's the complete opposite.
Oh my goodness! Like Chuck wrote a positive review for us, but then Dan, that works with us, he saw the movie and he's like, because I'm going to write a scathing review. He hated it.
He did not like it at all.
Hated it.
So it just shows you two separate sides. And that's what I told Dan. I said, well, Chuck already wrote a good one. So I said,
so if you want to do counterpoint,
counterpoint,
you're welcome
perfect.
to do
Go for it, because I think it's good to give both sides of everything and see how everybody likes or dislikes it. But yeah, I've never seen a movie that's been so cut down the middle.
It was, either you loved it or hated it. I didn't really see any moderate reviews. A lot of people said they didn't like it because of the changes. A lot of people said they didn't like it because of certain actors. They didn't like. I mean, I have never. My head was ready to explode. I felt like everything that I looked into when it came to the movie, like over the past couple of days, was like, how can it be such a contrast of reviews? I mean, it's great at the box office. It's just the reviews are so mixed.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, the box office. I was reading today that it's estimated it will hit $1 billion at the box office, which Disney is just destroying the box office this year. And it's going to continue to, and they said there's possibly 6 to 7 movies this year that will hit the $1 billion mark for Disney.
Yeah, see, now I don't, but I'm going to be honest, because that's what we do. Because of the reviews that I've read, and the conflicting reviews, I almost don't want to see it.
Honestly, I don't have the desire to see it. I never did.
I don't.
So, I like Jon Favreau. The story, the music for The Lion King is fantastic, but I just don't know if I really want to see it.
I mean, I will see it when it comes out, like on what do you call it?
Well, when we get it on DVD or Blu-ray or on demand.
We'll see it eventually.
I'm so far behind on our movie seeing. I have not seen Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There is no way on earth I'm going to see Lion King before I see Spider-Man.
We still haven't seen Spider-Man.
That will not happen. So until I see Spider-Man, I'm not seeing any other movies.
So, but I'm not, I liked The Lion King when it came out. I like the music. When we used to vacation here, Festival of Lion King was one of my must-see shows. And then when we moved here, I don't know.
She still wanted to see it a lot, so we went at first, and now it kind of got
we saw it too much.
Good.
Every time we went to the park, we're like, oh, go see Festival of Lion King. And now, and it's a great show. We just don't go see it because, been there, done that. Many, many times.
Yeah, I mean, the actors are phenomenal. The show.
The cast members are wonderful. The flying bird's great. The spinny fire guy is great. Yeah, it's Andrew's favorite part.
Spinny fire guy. I know. I have to go see Spider-Man.
I know.
And I already knew the premise of the movie. I know everything about it, but I just have to see it on the big screen. And it's just ironic that when Spider-Man Homecoming came out, I didn't go see that in theaters either. So there were the only 2 movies in the Marvel Universe I did not see in theaters. So I still got a couple more weeks to see this one.
Didn't the Spider-Man thing hit during our being stranded in the mountains? Wasn't that all the same time?
And
which we're still trying to recover from that.
Yeah, so I couldn't justify going to see the movie and spending $50-$60 for all of us to go see it.
Because all of it's expensive, and when you actually need to have a car to drive places, and you got to prioritize.
So I will be seeing it soon.
So
if I have to go by myself, I will go see it.
So yeah. So, all right, what else do we got?
Well, that was it for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we really didn't do anything. Sunday we kind of hung out at home. We didn't do much yesterday. But for anybody who knows, San Diego Comic-Con was going on all weekend, and that is the huge announcements that come out for every movie studio, every comic book fan, everything. I mean, there was Top Gun Part 2, Maverick was announced. They showed the trailer for that. Terminator, the new Terminator is being made.
Lots of Marvel
Lots
stuff.
of Marvel, but then the big one everybody waited for was Hall H on Saturday. And for those of you that don't know, Hall H is where Marvel has always held their big panel every year. And Kevin Feige comes out there and he presents it. And they released Phase 4 and parts of Phase 5 for us, what's coming. So they gave us dates, they gave us movie titles, they gave us some surprises that a lot of people didn't even know were being worked on. Blade being one of them. Nobody really knew Blade was coming out. And that's going to be part of Phase 5. And everybody can't wait for that because it's just the actor they've chosen, who I probably pronounced his name wrong, Mahershala Ali, I believe is how you say it. I think he'll be great in the movie. Wesley Snipes played the original Blade, and I think this will be a good reboot. I'm happy with the acting choice they picked for that. But some of the other things, though, they released films that are going to be in the box office, but they also released some of the TV shows that will be coming to Disney Plus, which starts this November. But as far as movies, the first one that we're getting for Phase 4 is Black Widow, which is coming out in May of next year. And from what I heard, that movie is going to be taking place after the events of Captain America Civil War, because they're going to tell what happened after that with her character and things. So it might give close some gaps between that movie and Endgame and how her character developed. But other films we have coming is Thor, Love and Thunder. And I'm not doing these in the order of being released. Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, which Marvel has come out and said this will be the first horror movie in the MCU. So I guess we will see how that plays out. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, I probably said that wrong, but the Ten Rings, if anybody knows, the Ten Rings is in the first Iron Man, the Ten Rings was the group of people that basically kidnapped Tony Stark, and Iron Man is born out of that. So we get to see what the background of all that. And then they announced the Eternals movie, which is actually it's gonna be really cool. And Angelina Jolie is actually joining the MCU, which was kind of a shocker, but they had her on stage there. She joined in that. So if anybody knows those titles from comics or whatever, you'd be excited about that. But she's excited about is more the Disney Plus things that are coming. So of course Loki show is coming. Loki is coming in spring of 2021. Wanda and Vision is going to be coming. And from what I read, that's going to be after the events of Endgame, which Vision died. So I don't know how that's going to be, so if they bring him back or what.
Alert.
Yeah, I don't know. But well, no, he died in the movie before. He died in Infinity Gauntlet, or Infinity War. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I'm excited to. And they actually showed Anthony Mackie came out with the shield, and it's been said he will don the Captain America suit in the show. So he is taking on the persona of Captain America. There's going to be a What If. I think that's actually What If, yeah. What If Summer 2021. So What If sets the tone of what if this didn't happen? What if this happened? So it kind of puts the characters in a different thing altogether. So I can't wait to see that. Like I said, Thor's her big one, or I'm sorry, Loki's the big one.
I didn't hear anything past Loki. I'm just going to be honest.
And then Hawkeye's getting his own show as well on there, and I think that's going to be the last one to come out in fall of 2021. But Hawkeye's got a really cool story because unlike most of the Avengers and stuff, he doesn't really have any superpowers. He's a great artist. Is that how you say that?
What did you call him?
Artist.
Is that artist is not a word.
What is it, archer?
It's an archer.
He's an archer. He shoots with an arrow. But there's even rumors that eventually his daughter's going to be joining the Young Avengers and such like that.
Archery?
In the movie. Archery, there you go. But that's something I didn't even know was coming, so that's kind of exciting. And then they confirmed some movies that are in production or in development, I should say, which we already knew Captain Marvel 2 was going to be coming. We knew Black Panther 2 was going to be coming. Guardians 3 was announced that they will be working on that. Blade, like I already mentioned, but the big ones that drew everybody's attention was X-Men and Fantastic Four. When they announced that those are in development, that means Kevin's already approved, let's move forward with this and let's do something with these characters. So when Disney closed the Fox deal and they got those characters back, a lot of the fans hoped that those ones would become movies, and it looks like they will be joining the MCU. The only disappointment I read about everything from the Marvel SDCC panel was there was no mention of Deadpool and where Deadpool's going to fit into the Marvel Universe, because Kevin Feige has said Deadpool is coming into the Marvel Universe. So it's just we don't know where, we don't know when that'll be announced.
You know what I'm wondering, though? Because we talked about this. Now, D23 has panels as well. They have a Marvel panel.
Marvel is returning this year to D23. and we're hoping there's going to be big announcements there as well, or there might be more. They might
a lot. I know that San Diego Comic-Con is like announcements for.
It's the mecca of
many things,
yeah.
But when you're talking about Disney-based announcements, like when we went to D23, it's for those that don't know, the expo is every other year. In Anaheim. So we went to the expo in 2017 to cover for media, and the announcements that had come out at the time were a lot. I mean, there were big announcements, park announcements, movie announcements, like everything. And I'm guessing that it's going to be like that again.
I would guess so. I think there's going to be something major. A lot of people had thought that the original 6 Avengers would be at San Diego this weekend, and they weren't. Thor was there for his movie. Black Widow was there for her movie. I believe Jeremy Renner was there, but that was it. You didn't see the other ones. So we'll see what happens, actually, that they might be at D23.
But Robert Downey Jr. is getting inducted to the Legends,
so he will be there. He will be
I'm guessing if he's going to be in the Legends panel, he will probably be in the Marvel panel as well.
I would hope
and then he said something that got my heart aflutter. He said because Loki's show is coming, that maybe Loki will be at D23 in the panel. And I said, if that is the case, I have to go.
And I think
he would. To go.
I think Loki is going to be one of the big series for Marvel Plus that they're really going to push with the Marvel side. So I think a lot of the Loki fans are going to want to see him. So I can honestly see them bringing Tom dressed as Loki.
Oh my God!
Because if anybody remembers, Marvel wasn't actually at San Diego Comic-Con last year. They returned this year. But a few years ago, when Thor Dark World came out, they actually had Tom there at San Diego. And he actually walks on stage, and that's where he made that speech. He came out as Loki, the lights came on, and he basically told everybody to bow down to him, say his name, say my name.
Yes!
So it'd be cool if Loki shows up in full character. But what's cool about D23 is a lot of times they do these panels, and then they go out and they do signings or whatever at the booth. So it's really kind of cool to see what's going to happen with that. So we shall see. She may get to see Tom Hiddleston. She may get to meet Tom Hiddleston. We don't know what'll happen.
No!
I guess we'll find out then.
You guys don't even know. I don't think... I have met a lot of great people through our job, and if meeting Tom Hiddleston, I don't think I would be able to keep my composure. Look at me, I'm getting all flustered.
I gotta deal with this and New Kids on the Block.
He's just... love him.
Good thing I'm not jealous.
Good thing. Well, because he knows that, Tom Hiddleston isn't a threat, because...
I don't know, you and him, big Disney... You could be Loki and Michelle take on the world.
And Ava and Jack. I'm kidding.
No,
so you're gonna make me look horrible. So if I didn't already make myself look horrible.
But that was a lot of the things coming out about Marvel. I know we don't have a big Marvel fan base on the Main Street Mouse.
We would like there to be.
We would like there to be because I love Marvel. So a side project you didn't know I was going to mention this. I've been working on it for a while, building a site, and I haven't unleashed it yet because it's not done yet. But I'm actually building a site called The Who's Who in the MCU. And I'm going to break down the movies, the characters and such, and that way, for those who want to learn more, just want to know the basics without reading 10,000 comic books, you'll be able to go to that site and read up on certain characters and learn about their backstory a little bit without having to go 500 comics book to learn about what Spider-Man did in 1972. So, something I'm working on. We will get it out eventually. I'm still trying to populate it all with everything.
We have a lot of things that you're working on.
I'm always working on stuff. What else am I? Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, lots of
There's
stuff.
my big one, which I should hopefully know something within the next month or so.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We had a phone call about that last week, and I talked to a few people this past weekend, and I'm hoping that will be, once the paperwork is signed, dated, and sealed, we will be able to announce that.
Yes.
That's
See, okay, so Main Street Mouse is, it's time to kick things into high gear, let's say that. And there's a lot of good things we've been working on, a lot of things that have given us the extra push to let's just do this, let's kick butt, let's just...
And I don't believe in sleeping, so I'm always trying to think of new ideas to come up with.
No, and we got to keep it fresh. I mean, for you guys to be, coming back and watching our shows and checking our blogs and watching our silly memes that we post and all this stuff. We want to keep you guys entertained every day of the week and come up with new things because we have our big meetup will be coming up in November. We have the fan cruise. We have all these things that we're working on, plus projects that you don't even know about yet. So stay tuned for that.
There's actually quite a few you guys don't know about. Do we want to mention this one, or do we just want to leave
No, because we don't know anything. We
We don't want to even say it's possibly something we're talking about, or no?
Don't say too much because we don't have any details on it yet.
Okay,
I like how
we'll just tease it out.
He just like throws stuff like live, and I can't argue it in front of you guys.
She could, but no, we'll wait. We'll wait. Just know there's something we're working on for you guys specifically, to get you more involved, more to give to you guys. Some things we're thinking about bringing back possibly that would go as a part of that. So we'll just see. We'll see.
What could it be?
I don't know. There was something monthly that we used to do that maybe we'll do quarterly.
Maybe.
I don't know. It depends if I can get Corey to write.
Corey Tucker, I'm calling you out. We miss your writings because you were funny and informative.
I didn't read them then, but I'll read them if you do them.
So Corey Tucker,
You know I'm joking.
send me stuff. But anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of great things coming. So just hang in there. It's coming.
Yeah, we promise. We're working on all these projects. The big one I'm working on, I think, will be a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to go beyond TMSM when it works. But actually, we're getting a lot of people involved with that with us to make it even bigger.
And then this week, we have the Christmas in July event on the 25th.
So I won't be here next week.
He will not be here. I will have a different guest co-host. Can you recall last year's Christmas in July show that went for 2 hours that you guys loved? Anybody guess who?
They don't have him on the safari, although I kept threatening to push him out on the safari. Big Fat Panda will be here next week to join Michelle to talk about Christmas in July for all your Disney information for the Christmas season coming up.
We are pulling out the Santa hats
Yes, we
and
are.
getting all festive. So next Monday you're going to want to tune in for Christmas in July because we're going to get the scoop on everything that's happening for the holiday season at Disney. I'm sure we're going to have scoop on merchandise and food and all kinds of stuff.
New entertainment coming up. And then 2 weeks from next Monday, more than likely, I won't be here again because Lou Mangello is going to come and do the show with Michelle, and they're going to talk about going into D23 week.
Yes.
So
We're gonna
Lou's
talk
going to
about
come
D23.
in. Yeah, Lou's going to come and he's going to sit with Michelle and talk. Lou's become a good friend of ours, so he wants to come do the show, and him and Michelle are going to sit there and talk to you guys and tell you what's coming up with D23, what his thoughts are, and tell you what he's got going on. So it should be fun and entertaining for the next month. So we got those two guys coming over here for sure.
Yes, and for those that don't know, he owes me an article, but Panda is actually moderating in The Nation,
Yes.
and he is on our staff. So having him back on for Christmas in July made sense. Plus the fact that
And he wanted to do it.
It was his idea. He's like when we got the media invites for Christmas in July, he was like, back on the show, Christmas in July. We're making a comeback. I'm like,
He didn't even ask. He just kind of said, "I'll be there on that Monday."
Yeah, he's like, he goes to me, he goes, Michelle, isn't that kind of our thing now?
You did it once.
And we did it once, but it's our thing. So Christmas is our thing, John and I.
We ate pizza once on a Friday. That's all we ever eat now.
But he's like, it's our thing. So me and John, a.k.a. Panda, will be bringing you all the holiday festivities this time next week.
And now Panda is associated with TMSM, so it brings a little bit more to that to the table. And if you may have noticed, we've added a couple new moderators.
We have.
Into the group. So we got, who else do we have? We have Michelle.
We got Michelle Perkins that is helping Chuck. And Elizabeth, who goes by Liz, so I'm just going to call you Liz.
So we added them. Panda's helping out. Cindy, of course, is on staff. If you watched my safari video, Cindy was actually sitting behind me on the safari. Panda was actually sitting next to Michelle, so it was kind of like we had the whole team. And Chris, spokesman, was on the other side of Panda, so it was kind of like our whole little group there that we were all talking and having fun. Our peeps. But it was a lot of fun. But yes, make sure you tune in next week. I'm sure Michelle will start sharing more about Panda to get the hype up.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's like. We need to make a new graphic. He's excited about doing this. Who knows what'll happen? Because when Panda and I start talking, I can't guarantee you what kind of craziness will ensue.
And we gotta decide if it's gonna be up here or if it's gonna be downstairs.
I'm thinking downstairs we need more room because if we get any Christmas things, we gotta fill. You remember how we used to do it, you guys, where we'd have like the counter in the kitchen filled with stuff?
Huh?
Huh?
They wouldn't be able to see you.
Well, we'll make a decision. Well, it'll be a game time decision, maybe.
I'll have to clean it.
So we appreciate our new moderators for the help.
And we're still going through the list of people who sent in blogs and such, and we will be in touch with you.
Yes, we do need to expand our writing staff. So if you are looking to volunteer, if you have any blog ideas, please send it to Michelle at the Main Street Mouse or Scott at the Main Street Mouse.
And it's Michelle with 1 L.
Michelle with 1 L.
And if we don't get back to you right away, please understand we have a few that we need to touch base with. We've just been so busy, we haven't even had time to read them, and we like to read them before we touch base with somebody. So
we're trying.
We will get back in touch with you, but we do want to expand the staff. We want to get more variety out there, more blogs for people, so that way you guys keep coming back to see what we have.
Plus, if I get more help, then I can get my next 2 books out quicker. So
which I told her she has to have.
He's giving me deadlines.
I told her Moving to Main Street USA Part 2, so whatever it's going to be called.
I don't know what I want to call it though.
Has to be done. I told her October 1st.
Because we want, like, in time for the Christmas season. I know you guys have been asking me when is Moving to Main Street Part 2 coming, because I have so much more to talk about. It's coming. I just have to actually have time to sit and do it.
So, stop sending her messages on Facebook so I can get her direct.
But yes, it will be coming, and maybe Gracie will be going on another adventure on her.
I'm thinking Gracie may need to visit the West Coast.
Yeah, I think Gracie wants to go to Disneyland next time. What do you think?
So we researched it when we were there in May, and we'll research a little bit more this time.
So good things are coming. Just hang in there with us. And we get asked all the time ways that you guys can help us, and the best ways that you can help us is to suggest us to your friends. To there's a spot on our Facebook page where you can invite friends, your whole friends list if you wanted to
they might unfriend you.
To like the Main Street Mouse, join TMSM Fan Nation, share our blogs, subscribe to our YouTube, join our Instagram, do all those things. All those things help us more than you know.
And really. YouTube's the biggest one. If we can get you guys to subscribe to YouTube, to just follow us there, we're trying to really build the YouTube channel up. YouTube doesn't hold you back as much as Facebook does. So when we go live on YouTube, if you get notifications, you will be told it. The only reason we don't do it now is because so few people actually have subscribed there that the numbers just don't constitute us going through all to get it there, because then nobody sees it on Facebook. So we're trying to work on ways to be able to do that, and that's one thing we're talking with Chris, Spokesman, because he does that. He broadcasts live on a few channels at one time. So we're going to talk to him and see what he thinks the best way, so we can get more information to you guys. Because there's certain people who love Facebook, there's certain people who love YouTube, there's people who love Twitter. And we just want to make sure we appeal to everybody. We're trying
to branch out, and like our biggest issue is we have almost 500,000 followers, but when we go live, like they tell 70 maybe that we're live, and I'm not going to give Facebook extra money because A, we can't afford it, and B, like people that liked our page, they liked it because they liked what we do, and now Facebook doesn't show it.
It said that less than 1%, it's actually less than a half a percent of the followers we have are notified when we do a video.
Some people don't even know we do a live show, and we've been doing it over a year. They have no idea because Facebook does not alert them to it. Yeah. So that's why we ask, that's why we bug for you guys to spread the word about our live shows, share our shows, invite people to the page, because we can only do so much. We're kind of at the mercy of the powers that be at Facebook. So, but we still do it, and you know what? Our reach has been great on blogs lately. It's the live feeds that they just don't want to show. They just don't want it. But then they send me an email like, boost this post for $500 if you want your people to see it. It's like, no.
Actually, yeah, if you saw the emails they send us to boost a post, just to show it to everybody who already likes our page.
Yeah.
It's
thousands.
It's more than our house payment for the year. Is what they want in a day. So
that's not happening.
Ridiculous. We do not make that kind of money. I love the text. But yeah, that's the one thing definitely is that I'll put the screenshot up here so you guys can see, because I was just getting ready to go through all these.
Yeah.
But you can sign up for text alerts, so when we do go live, you'll get sent a text message where you can click on that. What you do to sign up is just text TMSM live to 94253. Again, TMSM live to 94253. By doing that, it puts you on our list. And when we send out, every week before the show, we send out a text message about 5 minutes before they get you a link to our Facebook page. But if we get more people to sign up for that, what we could do is we can start sending you guys out messages when we're in the parks and get ready to go live.
Yes.
Just to let you know, so that way you can tune in. Because everybody usually has their phone readily available no matter where they're at. But a lot of times you don't have Facebook available right where you're at to check out what's going on. But if you have a text alert with a link, you can click on it and bring it right up. I think it would do much better. So please, again, TMSM Live to 94253. Sign up, get our text alerts, and that way you can stay in contact with us when we do something live.
Yes.
So, are we pretty much done? You want me to go through
Pretty
my other
much
things
done.
here?
And then we'll announce who won the leggings.
Oh, yeah,
last
so you gotta
week.
wait.
I gotta wait a second.
Okay, so next thing sponsored by Kingdom Strollers is TMSM Radio. People love this. It's a great way, wherever you're at in the world, you can listen to the parades, the fireworks, the music from the rides and attractions. I was actually talking to Matt from Kingdom Strollers last week, because he was actually at the New Kids concert. We ran into him when we were there, and he said he listens to it at work at the warehouse. So it's something that it always puts you in the Disney frame of mind and brings you right into the park, so you can listen to that. So to get that, all you do is go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and just search TMSM Radio, and you can download that to your smart device and listen to it, and let us know what you think about it. Let us know any suggestions you guys might have, because we're always up to hear what you guys have going on out there. So let me do this. So the next one we're going to talk about is the TMSM Spectral Churro Coffee. We teamed up with Coffee Shop of Horrors on this. A percentage of each bag.
A percentage goes to Give Kids the World.
Give Kids the World, a percentage of each bag. I'm not even sure how high the percentage is, but they're going to give the check to Give Kids the World. So to order that, just go to tmsm.shop/coffee. You can order it today. There's multiple different sizes of coffee you can order from there. Everybody who we've talked to that's tried it loves it. Michelle's family, when they were here, they all loved it. So give it a try. You might not think you're going to like churro, but it doesn't have a strong churro cinnamon taste. It's really
good
flavorful.
stuff.
It is. It's really good. So give it a shot. You might like it. Just go to tmsm.shop/coffee and order your bag today. If you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching us at The Main Street Mouse. You can also follow us on Instagram and YouTube at The Main Street Mouse. On YouTube, make sure when you subscribe to the channel, you also hit the bell. That way you get notified when we do post a new video, or that when we go live on YouTube eventually, you'll get notified of that. So that way you guys can watch along. On Twitter, just follow us at Main Street Mouse. Forget the, because they wouldn't let us fit that in there. So again, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at The Main Street Mouse. Twitter, just Main Street Mouse. And where am I at here now? The next one is, you can follow Michelle and myself on Instagram. You can follow Michelle M. Atwitz, Michelle with 1 L, on Instagram, or myself, TMSM Avenger, on Instagram as well. See what we're doing throughout the week. We post, I try to post every other day if I can. Michelle posts a lot more regularly than I do.
Yeah, Michelle posts a lot.
She posts a lot. And she's always got stuff going on in her stories, so make sure you check out what she's doing. That way you can see where we're at, what we're up to, and what cool things we're seeing around town. I think that is it. That's all my little things.
Yeah,
so last K-cups for coffee. Stacy, there isn't, I don't believe.
I don't know. You'd have to check on
I don't think there is, because I think they said you had to buy like the little K-cup thing and measure it out yourself. But maybe eventually. I don't think they do K-cups for any of their different brews, though.
I don't think so.
Maybe in the future, though, something we could definitely do.
So last week we were giving away a pair of Pirates of the Caribbean leggings, and the winner of that is
Joni Anderson.
Joni Anderson.
So Joni, you won. Congratulations.
Please shoot us an email at Michelle at the Main Street Mouse or Scott at the Main Street Mouse, and let us know what size leggings we need to send to you.
And where we need to send them to you.
That is true.
That way we can get them
out.
we
need to know what size and where to send them.
Exactly.
And then, speaking of the coffee, everybody has been asking about wanting to try the coffee. So, this week's prize, we're going to give away another bag of the Spectral Churro Coffee, which is delish. You're going to love it. And
that's what all the cool kids are drinking.
All the cool kids are drinking, because it says the Main Street Mouse on it. It's got Cartoon Me in Madame Leota's ball, and it was made just for us. There was no Spectral Churro Coffee. They made it just for us.
That's right.
So, if you would like a bag of this fantastic, spooktacular Haunted Mansion coffee,
perfect for the Halloween season.
That's right. How about we'll just keep it easy peasy on this video. Comment the word coffee in your city and state where you live, and also you can put it, this video will get loaded to YouTube. If you go on YouTube and comment coffee and your where you live, that's an extra entry as well.
You know how else you can get extra entries? Tag people on the post.
Tag people in this post. Tag your friends.
For every person you tag, that's another entry. So I don't know, if you tag 500 friends, 500 entries. Just saying.
You just might get a bag of coffee. Maybe 2.
Even if you don't win, you might get a bag of coffee.
Maybe you'll get one just because you tagged so many friends and you deserve it for supporting our efforts.
That's right.
So, but anyway, no, seriously, all seriously, the Coffee Shop of Horrors is an amazing coffee shop. They are so much fun. They do such a good job, and this coffee is outstanding. So
Elizabeth and Michelle Perkins went out there a couple weeks ago.
Yes, they did. And Michelle bought the last bag they had on the shelves.
Yeah,
so it's very humbling and very, very wonderful that we have our own coffee. Like, how many other sites have their own coffee? And it goes to charity, so even better. So.
It is. It's awesome. They were excited to work with us, and we were more excited they asked to work with us. So
that's pretty cool, you guys. Pretty darn cool. So.
All right, so is that it for this week?
I think that's it for this
Okay,
week.
so next week, guys, don't forget, Big Fat Panda will be here with Michelle to talk about Christmas in July, so they talk about all the Christmas happenings coming this year to Walt Disney World.
Yes, it is Christmas next Monday night, so make sure you tune in.
Gotta make it snow.
Make it snow. I can't promise any snow.
We're gonna go Hobby Lobby. They already got the fake snow all over the table.
That is so funny. Okay, so next week, please join us for Christmas in July. If you would like to follow along on social media at the actual event, we will be there Thursday morning.
Yes.
For Christmas in July, and I'm hoping to get a look at all the new Christmas merchandise.
And where is it this year? Christmas in July? Last year it was Epcot. Where are we going this year?
I think this year it's at Coronado. I have to
okay.
look. So,
that's cool.
But follow along for that and anything else I come up with this week. So stay tuned.
That's right. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you guys. Well, Michelle and Panda, we'll see you next week. Follow us all along this week. Please share our blogs. Please tell your friends about us, and please get more people to subscribe to our things.
Yes, please. It helps so very much.
It really does. You guys have no idea how much that helps us.
So I guess that's it. And we will see you next Monday. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for
guys.
watching.
Bye. Take care.